Once upon a time, King Alaric reclined upon his ivory dais in the great throne room of Caladian. Dawn's first light streamed through stained glass windows, painting the marble floor in hues of ruby and sapphire. Courtiers bowed low, their silken robes whispering with the hush of anticipation. From his carved lion-headed seat, Alaric surveyed the assembly with solemn eyes. At his right knee knelt High Priest Theon, resplendent in ivory and gold vestments, scrolls of sacred lore strapped to his belt. The king's voice rang clear and measured. "Theon, servant of Lumnos, I ask you now, which is greater, the power of knowledge or the strength of character that wields it?" A tremor passed through the hall. Theon's scholarly reputation was unmatched. He had memorized every sacred text, deciphered hidden prophecies, and advised the crown for decades. Yet before this question, his practiced poise faltered. His brow furrowed as he searched his mind for an answer worthy of Alaric's trust. All eyes fixed on the priest, but no sound broke the silence. Alaric rose from the dais, robes rustling like an answering wind. "Speak, Theon," he urged. The priest bowed his head, lips parting, but words would not come. With a silent bow, he withdrew, leaving the courtiers' murmurs to fill the throne room's vast stillness. By midday, the temple corridors hummed with incense and prayer. Marble pillars soared overhead, carved with the sigils of past pontiffs. Yet despite the sacred calm, High Priest Theon paced restlessly between rows of ancient scrolls. Sunlight filtered through narrow windows, illuminating clouds of dust that danced around him like spirits of doubt. He pressed a hand to his forehead. "Knowledge is my gift," he whispered to empty air. "Yet now it abandons me." He recalled every teaching on virtue, every lecture delivered at the king's side, but none addressed the tension between knowing and being. How could he answer Alaric's test when his own character wavered? Scrolls rustled as Theon gathered, texts on ethics and lore of heroes long gone. "Give me words," he pleaded silently, "that honor both mind and soul." But the parchments remained mute. At length, he laid hands on a simple clay lamp, an ancient relic said to reflect truth in its flickering flame, yet its glow brought no clarity. Defeated, Theon slipped from the temple, brow heavy as lead, and made his way home to seek a counsel of a more intimate sort. In the quiet courtyard adjoining their modest quarters, vines of jasmine climbed trellises, blossoms perfuming the dusk. There, Marina, Theon's wife, tended the final blooms of summer. She looked up at her husband's weary approach and set her pruning shears aside. Under lantern light, her calm presence seemed to still his racing heart. Theon sank onto a stone bench. "Marina," he sighed, voice hollow, "the king's question has unmoored me. I possess knowledge beyond measure, yet my character feels as frail as these petals." Marina wiped her hands on her robe and sat beside him. Silence passed between them before she spoke, voice gentle yet firm. "Your wisdom enlightens many, but only character kindles true light. Knowledge without integrity is a lamp without oil. It shines once, then dies." She reached out, touching his hand. "Show the king you understand not with words alone, but with an act of your heart. Only then will you discover which truly reigns supreme." Theon gazed into her compassionate eyes, hope stirring amid uncertainty. At dawn's first gray, Theon slipped through palace corridors to the vaulted treasury beneath the castle keep. Guards manned the door but recognized the high priest and offered respectful nods. Inside, rows of chests overflowed with gold ingots, jeweled crowns, and silken banners. Theon's heart thundered. Marina's counsel echoed, "Demonstrate character by action." With the quiet confidence of a man who knew every ward and latch, Theon approached a display of pearls, two perfect orbs, the size of a raven's egg, radiant with moonlight trapped in nacre. His fingers trembled as he lifted them, slipping them into the secret pocket of his vestment. No alarm sounded. No guard voiced suspicion. Only the distant drip of water from an unseen fountain marked time's passing. He replaced each chest, lid, retraced his steps, and vanished into the dawn mist. Edric, the royal treasurer, A man of careful habit and watchful eyes emerged from his nightly audit and paused at the treasury door. Through the slit, he caught sight of Theon's retreating form, the curve of his robe concealing hidden treasure. Heart pounding, Edric recognized the gravity of a crime by one so honored. Yet as Theon vanished, his posture was neither furtive nor triumphant but solemn, as if carrying a grave burden. Edric stepped back, quelling the urge to sound the alarm. He glimpsed the empty velveteen cushion where the pearls had rested. Duty warred with faith in Theon's motives. In silence, Edric chose hope. That the priest's act bore a higher purpose. He locked the vault and carried the secret into the shadows. Later that morning, King Auric sat once more upon his dais. The court assembled a tapestry of nobles, knights, and clergy. "The pearls of Vesper's dawn have disappeared," Auric announced, voice calm but tinged with sorrow. "We trusted them for generations." He fixed his gaze on Theon. "Have you betrayed that trust?" The priest knelt, silent under all those eyes. Auric's question echoing through his consciousness like a tolling bell. The courtiers shifted. Whispers rose. The high priest took them, yet none dared speak. Theon bowed his head and, in a firm voice, confessed, "Your Majesty, I did steal the pearls." Gasps rippled. "But not for greed." He rose and produced the gems, their lustrous surfaces gleaming in torchlight. "I did so to reveal the true answer to your question. Knowledge alone is hollow without character to guide it. It falters in the test of action." Auric descended the steps, leaving the dais regal yet approachable. He took the pearls and studied their glow. "Your deception has cost you the freedom of the dungeon," he declared. "Yet your lesson is of equal value." Turning to guards, he ordered, "Return these pearls to the vault." But he paused before Theon. "You shall remain at court, stripped not of title but of pretense. Henceforth, let your counsel be tempered by integrity as well as insight." The priest's heart thundered with relief and gratitude. "I accept, your Majesty," he replied, voice solemn. The king inclined his head, a gesture of both admonishment and honor. In the treasury, Edric gingerly replaced the pearls and locked the vault. The thud of the latch sounded like a promise. "May their watch endure," he murmured. Word of the high priest's trial spread swiftly, and in every corner of Chaldean's realm, people proclaimed that action guided by moral fiber ennobles knowledge. That evening, Temple Lumnos glowed with flickering candles. Theon knelt before the altar in simple robes, Marina beside him. He lit a single taper, voice low with prayer. "Grant me strength to speak and live by truth. Let my days be as pearls learned but luminous through character's light." Marina touched his shoulder, pride shining in her gentle smile. In the months that followed, every office in Auric's court stirred with new purpose. Laws took on a kinder tone. Scholars wrote treatises that honored compassion. Knights bound themselves by oaths of mercy as well as valor. At the ramparts, Auric spoke to his people. "Knowledge guides our minds. Character guides our hands." Under his reign, Chaldean flourished, a testament to wisdom shaped by virtue. One dawn, Auric summoned Theon. The air was crisp, the sky rose-tinted. "You have proven that true greatness springs from integrity," the king said, clasping Theon's hand. "Return to your duties as high priest with my full trust." Theon bowed, tears in his eyes. On the temple steps that morning, he donned his vestments once more, this time carrying the weight of both knowledge and unshakable character. That evening, King Auric walked the city walls alone, gazing across the lantern-lit rooftops. In the quiet, he whispered to the wind, "Let learning bloom within hearts of honor, for knowledge without principle is but a withered bloom." Moral: knowledge equips the mind, character directs its power. Only when insight and integrity walk hand in hand does true greatness emerge.